Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your April 2023 astrology reading. So let's go ahead and take a look. Now, I know I'm late with these, but all the really big events are going to be happening near the last week and a half of April. So far this month, we've had Mercury coming into Taurus and we have had a full moon in Libra. Now, for you specifically, Aquarius, I want to start with Pluto. All right, I'm doing this with only a few of the signs because I think Pluto is really setting the tone for everything else for certain people. And I think you're one of them, obviously, because Pluto is in your sign. So Pluto right now is in pre-shadow. He is officially in the process of stationing retrograde. He officially stations retrograde on May 1st. So he is moving at a snail's pace right now, barely moving, barely inching forward. And with the slowdown of Pluto, as well as the slowdown of Mercury, okay, Mercury is currently in pre-shadow. He retrogrades on the 21st of April. So both of these planets are stationing, and you know, we just got a little bit of a taste of Pluto in Aquarius. He's going to retrograde, go back into Capricorn. But I think what this little moment has done for us, especially you, Aquarius, is really set our sights on who it is you want to become. You specifically. This has a lot to do with your sense of identity, your self-concept, and who you ultimately want to be, and what needs to change in order to become that person. And so with that, everything is in that context of like, who do I want to become? And you're going to have big decisions to make over the course of the next couple of months, really. And the decisions that you make are going to set you, it's going to start really building momentum quite quickly, actually. This eclipse, let's talk about the eclipse, okay? Now we had the full moon in Libra and now the moon is waning. So it's getting darker. And as it makes its way back to Aries, we are having a total solar eclipse at 29 degrees of Aries. And this, is in your third house. I'm sorry, I was just like, it's in your third house and it's in a Mars-ruled sign. Okay, we know that Mars is the ruler of Aries. And then as the moon begins to wax, okay, just so you know, that eclipse is on April 19th. So April 19th, we have the eclipse, and then on the 21st, we have Mercury stationing retrograde. So we'll talk about that in just a minute. But as the moon begins to wax and it comes back to Scorpio, because the sun will be moving into Taurus as well, we have a full moon eclipse in Scorpio at 14 degrees on May 5th. Okay. Now, 10th house full moon eclipse really has a lot to do with your path in life. And you've had a lot of eclipses in Scorpio over the past year and a half. And I do think that question has been on your mind. Am I going in the right direction? Am I doing the right thing? Am I truly and fully aligned with what it is that I want to be and do and have? And this is a time right now where, Aries is Mars ruled, Scorpio is traditionally Mars ruled. So all this Mars energy right now is really like heating us up and instilling a lot of passion and desire to go out and be that thing. Mars does not sit around. Mars does not take a hiatus. Mars is a warrior. He likes to go out and conquer things. So you have this idea of who you want to be. You have this idea of what you want your life to look like. And this is a time where I think there's a lot of just inherent motivation with the stars that says, go out and do it. And it's a little uncomfortable, okay? It's going to be uncomfortable for you, Aquarius. We have Mercury, like I say, he's starting to slow down. Now he's going to come up to the 15th degree of Taurus. And as you can see, here's Uranus right here at 17. So he's coming very, very close to Uranus. Here's Uranus here doing his like electric thing up here. Here's Mercury, and he's going to stop very, very close. And In your fourth house, which is your house of stability, where you establish your roots, your safe place, your private life, this is a massive agitation. Now, I think Aquarius has been agitated with Uranus here in the fourth. You know, it's been hard to establish roots. It's been hard to feel comfortable. Maybe it's even been hard to make choices. Maybe it's been hard to really set a plan and actually execute on that plan lately. But this agitation is kind of lighting a fire under your butt and being like, go. Go do that. Go make it happen. Go just be the thing. And I don't know that right now, Aquarius, you have to have this big strategy. Now, for some of the signs, I have been saying that they are going to be shown the way. And they're going to be given a clear, distinct path. I don't think that's the case for Aquarius if you're using your head. I think you will be shown the way if you are using your heart and if you are using your trust and your faith and you fully surrender to the calling of whatever it is that's out there that's calling you. Because I do think you will be called. You will feel that energy, absolutely. And it might mean you have to make some decisions that's not necessarily going to make everyone else happy. Especially like if you have children or your family or if you have a spouse or whatever, I don't think a lot of other people are going to truly understand. Okay? But with Venus coming into Gemini tomorrow, activating that fifth house, there's a tremendous amount of value being placed on the pleasure of life. That all of this agitation, it's not even really about the big goals. This is about feeling fulfilled in your life. And Venus in Gemini, you know, that's a really playful placement. Now, if you ever know anyone who have Venus in Gemini, like they're fun, they're playful, and yeah, they may have a dark side, but they do have a lightness about them. Kind of, I often see them as like kind of class clowny type of people. You know, they make people laugh, they bring the entertainment. And so I think that you're kind of moving into that place where you're just like, I just want to have fun. I don't want to be bogged down by all of the heaviness of life. I just want to do what I want to do. And I want to make money doing what I want to do, especially with Saturn over here in Pisces in your second house. And I want to align my work with the things that are truly important to me. I do think there's a lot of work themes for you because with this eclipse season, Aries and Scorpio ruled by Mars, we have Mars over here in the sixth house. So the work component or the health component, either way, is going to be really important for you, Aquarius. And making sure that your work life, your livelihood, and the contribution that you make to humanity is all aligning with the things that matter to you. Like, for example, if you really value financial stability and predictability, but you're in a 100% commission-based role, that might not necessarily be a proper alignment. You know, you're very out of your comfort zone there, especially if maybe you're not the best at it and you don't have predictable income. Or let's say you're an entrepreneur, but you value that stability and you're really struggling with getting your business up off the ground, but maybe that's just not really who you are. Maybe you really do like to have that routine and that kind of set schedule or whatever the case is. Everyone's going to be different. I'm just using those as silly examples. But Venus comes in and says, like, what do you value in terms of the pleasurable aspects of life? And how can you adjust the work component of your life around those pleasurable things? Some of you might be making big moves right now. And I think this is actually a big eclipse season where we will witness a lot of people making big decisions, but not necessarily. It could just be a feeling that you get right now where you start kind of that seed gets planted and you start to really understand yourself more fully and deeply, to understand what it is that will need to be adjusted in the future in order for that life to come to fruition. But either way, this is a really irritable transit going on. The irritation is a disruption to your normal life. We are all needing a disruption. It's not bad. Please don't think that everything's going to come crashing down. But the disruption is essential, because if we never have a disruption, we don't really have a reason to get up and change, get up and make the new choices, and get up and do the different things that are going to lead us to a different place. Okay? But remember, all of this is because of the evolution of how you see yourself with Pluto in the first, the evolution of who you want to become. This is just the barely beginning of this transit too. So I feel like this transition here is already so powerful. It's already getting us to embrace really a whole new life. It's getting us to embrace an entirely new concept. It's getting us to embrace a new path. And I think there's a lot of excitement around that path as well. But decisions do need to be made, okay? Decisions need to be made and actions need to be taken, at least at some point. If it's not this month, then at some point soon in the future, to get that ball rolling in the right direction, okay? All right, Aquarius, you guys know I love you. Have an amazing month, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.